Now in Good Morning Northwest, 4 kids jumped off a bridge in Riverfront Park last night. Only 3 came out alive. We have a live report with the latest information.
Well, above average conditions moving in for the weekend. Now we do see a few changes coming in there. What they are and when, coming up.
And a Spokane couple and their 2 children died in a house fire. What happened in their burned out home that has their family questioning human decency? You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Natalie Grant. Today is Thursday, May 9th. Happy 509 day to us here. Let's get right on over to Mark Peterson here with a look at our forecast.
Yeah, we're waking up to a touch warmer conditions throughout many of the areas. We're sitting at 45 officially into the West Plains. At the airport, that's where that temperature is. 40 into Coeur d'Alene. Elsewhere, I mean, yeah, we definitely have some cool temperatures, but we're going to progressively warm up through the weekend. It's going to be sunny all day today. That warming trend officially underway today with 80s through Sunday, which means, yeah, sunny and warm Mother's Day. We look at the satellite and radar and a few clouds moving around, and then we see the expectation of some mountain cloud cover, but no rain showers. And then tomorrow it is going to be high and dry. So today a bit of a transition day, if you will, with just a few clouds out there. Currently 33 into Deer Park. You've warmed up a little bit. 41 into downtown, 42 into Liberty Lake. Here's our forecast for the day. We're going to see, again, mostly sunny conditions. We're going to have those temperatures popping up by noon. We're going to be above average for our normal highs. And then, wow, we're going to be at 74. So get out and enjoy that.
This morning, tragedy in downtown Spokane.
Last night, 4 kids jumped off the Orange Howard Street Bridge in Riverfront Park, and only 3 of them came out. 4 News Now's Allison Martinez is live at the scene this morning where this heartbreaking tragedy unfolded. Now, Allison, when we were there last night, there was quite a bit of emergency response and red tape. How are things looking this morning?
Good morning. I'm here in Riverfront Park. Much different scene here. Behind me is a memorial started to honor the child. There are candles, flowers, and signs that say things like forever loved and fly high. Last night, 4 kids jumped into the river here in a playful and innocent act. Tragically, only 3 of the kids made it out. In this video, you can see water rescue teams scouring the area with kayaks and drones, looking for the 4th jumper. People who came to the park to enjoy the fresh air and get some exercise instead watched in horror as the child vanished below the surface.
And everyone could see it. I said, somebody needs to get in. There he is, there he is, there he is. He was going up and down, up and down.
The Spokane Fire Department says it responded to calls of screaming heard from the Spokane River. Once emergency crews reached the child stuck in, they determined they had been underwater for nearly an hour.
But I mean, when you get this cold of water, it can take over. It can essentially kind of freeze your muscles. You can panic, that it's hard to breathe.
Dive teams from the Spokane Fire Department and the Sheriff's Office found the child stuck in the Spokane River's grates, unconscious. That child was pronounced dead at Riverfront Park. Now, we do not have any additional information about the victim at this point. That will be released from the medical examiner's office. Reporting live in Spokane, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Allison. And developing from the Breaking Now desk, new details in Israel's war with Hamas in Gaza. This morning, President Biden speaking out, saying the U.S. will not supply Israel with certain weapons if its military invades Rafah. With Israeli forces pummeling targets and expanding operations in Rafah, the U.S., for the first time, acknowledging a major policy shift, pausing a shipment of thousands of bombs to Israel. The concern is that the 3,500 bombs in that shipment could be used in Rafah, where more than 1 million Palestinians are currently sheltering. Yesterday, Biden saying that American bombs have been used to kill people in Gaza and doubled down on his administration's plan to withhold the latest shipment. Sources telling ABC News Israel is growing increasingly frustrated with the U.S. over that decision. But the president says Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has been given an ultimatum. Listen to this.
I made it clear that if they go into Rafah, they haven't gone into Rafah yet. If they go into Rafah, I'm not supplying the weapons that have been used historically to deal with Rafah, to deal with the cities, to deal with that problem.
This week, Israeli forces seized control of Gaza's vital Rafah border crossing. The United Nations Agency for Palestinian Refugees says nearly 80,000 people have fled Rafah since Monday amid Israel's offensive in the city. One hospital spokesperson telling ABC News at least 30 people had been killed in Rafah since Tuesday, including women and children. Since October 7th, more than 33,000 people have been killed in Gaza. That's according to the Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Sydney, thanks. Around the Northwest, President Joe Biden is making a stop in Seattle this week along his campaign trail. Now, the White House says the president will visit Friday and Saturday, and it will release more details about his visit later this week. The house that caught fire, killing a family of 4 in north central Spokane, has been looted.
This comes just a couple of weeks after the Desailly family died in that fire. Some of their belongings still scattered among ash and debris inside the home. On Tuesday, Ariel Desailly's dad says they were finally able to walk the property for the first time since the fire, and that is when they discovered looters removed the boards from the home and went inside. Thieves broke into Ariel's jewelry box and stole all of her jewelry. The most important item being the wedding ring Ariel's dad passed on to Robert on their wedding day.
We were devastated all over again. You know, we lost my mom in January. At the end of January, now the beginning of April, we lost 4 more family members, and then we come around and find out people are stealing our stuff. What kind of a degenerate would do that?
The family filed a police report. Ariel's dad asking you if you've seen anything suspicious, any kind of activity inside or around the home. Call Crime Check at 509-456-2233.
Firefighters in Ephrata suspect arson for a fire at a sports concession stand. Crews arrived to find the concession and storage buildings at the Ephrata Sports Complex engulfed in flames Tuesday night. It's believed the fire started in a porta potty next to the building. Grant County firefighters helped to put that fire out.
A traffic warning: if you take up River Drive, it is closed at Green Street for construction on the North Spokane corridor. The Department of Transportation says drivers should take a detour along Freya, Euclid, Crestline, and Perry. The closure will last through June 28th.
Just add it to the list.
Add it to a very long and growing list. It is now 7 minutes after 6.
Let's check back in with Mark Peterson here. Hey, as you're driving around today in that construction, you could maybe have the windows down for a little bit.
You could. Yeah, no, it's going to be nice. And in fact, by 9 o'clock, we're going to be sitting into the 50s, and a normal high this time of year, 65.
Okay.
We're forecasting temperatures in the mid-70s. It's looking pretty nice. That full forecast coming up.
Cracking down on dogs entering the U.S. from foreign countries. Coming up, new restrictions and why the CDC says it is implementing stricter rules.
And another cyber attack targets a national healthcare company. This one serves 19 states. What we know about it and who could be affected and how. That's coming up right after this.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
For over 30 years, we've been keeping you warm.
Or cool, but now we are taking you to the next level of innovation.
Fireplaces, sleek modern design, or traditional electric, efficient and trendy.
Lighting, permanent, decorative, year-long lighting, providing security as well as beauty.
These are just some of the ideas we are bringing to you for the next level at Holiday Heating, Cooling, and Electric. We call it Holiday Innovation. Call us today.
Luxurious Karastan carpets are just the footing you need to live beautifully. And now, during National Karastan Month, you can save beautifully. Use your exclusive rebate to receive up to $1,000 back on select styles of Karastan carpets and the flawless craftsmanship of LuxCraft hard surface flooring. Live beautifully, save beautifully with Karastan. At Sandpoint Furniture Carpet One, Floor and Home.
Save up to $1,000 on Karastan flooring at Sandpoint Furniture Carpet One.
Join STCU Best of Broadway for classic comedies, family favorites, and blockbuster hits. Live at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Season tickets include Stephen Sondheim's smash hit musical comedy, Company. Funny Girl, the hit Broadway show with one of the greatest musical scores of all time. Hilarious fan favorite, Beetlejuice. Feel-good celebration, Mamma Mia. And the multi-Tony Award-winning new musical, MJ. Order season tickets to reserve your seats now at BroadwaySpokane.com.
It's a sit, sleep, and relax sale at Walker's Furniture. as they kick off their Memorial Day savings early.
Everything you can sit down on, fall asleep on, or recline back in comfort on is on sale, with even bigger savings up to 70% off clearance items.
Take advantage of early Memorial Day savings, plus special 5 years financing is available with no money down, making it the perfect time to kick back, relax, and save.
This week at Walker's. The Tire Store for auto repairs, tires, and wheels. At the Tire Store, they'll let you split up your repair bill over a couple months. Get your car fixed today. ASE certified, and you can start an account with no credit check. Tire Store.
4 News Now is brought to you by Inland Imaging.
It is 6:11. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. A cyber attack has disrupted clinical operations at the major healthcare nonprofit Ascension.
Now, in a statement, Ascension says it detected unusual activity on some of its computer systems on Wednesday. The network includes 140 hospitals and a dozen senior living facilities in 19 states, mostly in the Midwest. The company says it will notify patients if any sensitive data was compromised in that hack. Now, healthcare providers across the U.S. have suffered ransomware attacks in the recent years. The CEO of United Health says a third of Americans could have had their data stolen when a subsidiary suffered a ransomware attack back in February.
The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention announced an update to its regulations for bringing dogs into the United States. It's an effort by the CDC to cut down and prevent rabies. The agency will require all dogs, including service canines coming into the country, to appear healthy upon arrival. Dogs must also be at least 6 months old, microchipped, and have a CDC dog import form filled out online 2 to 10 days before arrival. The new rules will go into effect starting August 1st.
Well, this morning, the DEA is warning Congress that social media and other technology has made it even easier than ever for Americans to get illegal drugs. The agency is asking Congress for more funding to invest in technology to better track drugs entering the country. More than 321,000 children in the U.S. lost a parent to a drug overdose between 2011 and 2021. That's a rate that's nearly doubled from the previous decade. Fentanyl is now the leading cause of drug deaths.
6:12 on a Thursday, your 10-second takeaway. It's cool out there, not cold, but light layers would really be a good suggestion. The sunglasses, yeah, you're going to need those all day. The sun's going to be out. 74 the high today.
Today is 509 Day in Spokane, an area code-inspired celebration. Some restaurants and retailers are offering special deals and discounts today, like a $5.09 discount at the Gilded Unicorn, or 509 draft beers and wine at Twigs. Plus, the first 5 people to say 509 at the concierge desk at River Park Square will win a $50 90-cent gift card. For a full list of participating businesses, just look for this story on KXLY.com.
And a good excuse to just think about all the things you love about our great area here.
Exactly.
So fun. Your Good Morning Northwest time is 6:13.
Cleaning up some of Spokane's most challenging homeless camps. Coming up a little later on Good Morning Northwest, who is charged with cleaning them up and the new help on the way.
And right after this break, who is pushing for a pause on a new development in Latah Valley and why it could be safer for the community.
Honeymoon phase over already, huh?
You know, these things normally take a while to figure out, and these
We get you compensated fairly and only get paid after you win.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
This Saturday, Huckleberries is having their massive 25% off sale on all things natural living. At Huck's on the Hill or inside Rosar's. Pamper yourself with self-care essentials or boost your fitness journey with natural supplements. So why wait? Treat yourself to the best in health and wellness. Plus, a lot of these can make for great gifts. Save 25% this Saturday at all Huckleberries locations.
Exploring different regions throughout the Northwest and beyond can be fun and educational. 4 News Now would like to showcase these locations with travel for adventures.
Moses Lake is the perfect family getaway for fun and recreation. From camping along the shores to fishing excursions and ATVing, Moses Lake is a recreational wonderland in the heart of Washington State.
Moses Lake Golf Club often stays open late into the season or cool off in their water park during the summer heat.
Moses Lake is also known for its Spring Music Festival in May, a fabulous air show that includes the World RC Invitational in June, and the Grant County Fair held each August at the Moses Lake County Fairgrounds.
For a listing of events, culinary delights, and lodging options, visit tourmoseslake.com and plan your vacation today. Moses Lake, Washington. It's the perfect place to explore and relax.
Discover more places you might like to visit. Go to kxly.com/travel4adventures.
4 News Now and STCU are teaming up for a one-day Coats for Kids closet cleanout. Gather up your gently used winter jackets and donate them to us all day, Thursday, May 16th. Find a list of locations on kxly.com.
Hey. If it feels like everything you say to your teenager goes in one ear and out the other, you're not alone. But even when it seems like they aren't listening, they are, especially when it comes to a topic like drugs. Find time in everyday moments to share facts, teach refusal skills, and answer their questions about drugs, including opioids like fentanyl, because your words matter. Get the conversation started today.
With local utility rebates and massive tax credits available, it's now possible to upgrade to a heat pump for less than a traditional air conditioner. Heat pumps are far more efficient than air conditioners when it comes to heating and cooling your home. Get year-round comfort with higher efficiency, all while lowering your monthly utility bills. So don't be fooled into buying outdated air conditioning technology. Upgrade to a heat pump, the smart choice for smart homeowners. Call Bill's Heating and AC today for your free estimate.
Join us for the Medellin Falls Bigfoot Festival, June 15th and 16th.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Welcome back. The time is now 6:16. Spokane's Mayor Lisa Brown's public safety levy will not be on the ballot this summer.
It could cost property owners hundreds of dollars more a year in taxes, but the mayor and the city council say it'll be pushed back until after the mid-year budget review. If it is approved, the money would go toward increasing foot and bike patrols across the city and parks. It would also fund relaunching the Neighborhood Resource Officer program. Plus, it would help fund traffic safety projects in every neighborhood and replace 132 vehicles. There's no word yet on when it could return to the ballot.
Development in Spokane's Latah Valley neighborhood could once again be put on hold while the city addresses fire safety concerns. That's if Spokane's City Council passes a proposed moratorium on Latah Valley developments. Now, neighbors say the city should focus on adding fire resources rather than buildings. This proposed ordinance comes only 8 months after the previous building moratorium in the area had been lifted. Neighbors say they're hoping for a moratorium in the area for a number of reasons, including lowering traffic and making the neighborhoods more resistant to wildfires.
There's all kinds of issues with lack of planning as well as lack of adequate fire response that make the idea of adding more and more homes and more humanity in that situation literally putting fuel on the fire.
Another major part of this ordinance would look at the construction of a new Latah Valley fire station. The current one is a converted house and doesn't hold all the necessary firefighting equipment. It's still under discussion, and of course we'll keep you updated as soon as anything changes.
The Northwest Autism Center has opened its new Skills and Recreation Center. The expansion was made possible through a grant, and Mark Peterson and the 4 News Now Extreme team.
We know him.
The Northwest Autism Center gives kids with autism and their families free access to behavioral techs who work with kids on their social skills in a fun and safe environment, offering programs like cooking classes and video game nights.
They put you right in the center there for that ribbon cutting. You were in charge.
I was just tall and tired. They do great work, and they're really hoping to expand this program to include so many other things, but this is the start of it, and it'll be anxious. I'm anxious to see how it'll be in 5 years from now.
So
it'll
cool.
be crazy. All right. Great. Let's talk about what's going on outside.
Okay, let's do it.
It's positive, it's wonderful, but it's hot. It's going to get hot. For me, the Norwegian in me is, hey, 80s. All right, so on average, we have 4 80-degree days in May. The record number is 15, set back into the 20s, and last year was a hot year with 10 10 days of 80 degrees or warmer. Well, we're expecting 3 right off the top. Now, not today, but we're going to see it tomorrow. 74 and sunny today. It's going to be winds northeast 5 to maybe 15 miles an hour at times. Tonight, temperatures down to 48 degrees. Really looking pretty good. Windows open, getting some of that cool, fresh air in. Right now, we do have mild temperatures along the I-90 corridor all the way into Idaho with low 40s. It's 45 at Spokane International, but 33 at Deer Park, and Cheney are at 34. So, again, maybe a few heavier layers there as we get going on the day, but everybody warms up into the 70s today. We take a look at what's going on around the nation, and we see snow into Wyoming, into Colorado, higher elevations. I grant you, Utah picking up some, but it's the severe weather that we're going to be seeing covered more on Good Morning America, again, with this storm squall line that has triggered tornadoes, damage again for the 14th day in a row, and we're going to see that continue to make its way into the Carolinas, areas of Georgia. It is going in Alabama. So they're still in it right now. We're going to have high pressure move in, warmer temperatures coming in off the Pacific. We're not expecting to see a lot of cloud cover. We will see a bit of a change Sunday evening into Monday as we start to see a little cooler air coming out of Canada, creating breezy conditions and a touch cooler for the beginning of next week. 74 our high today, 77 up into Colville. We're going to be 80 into Moses Lake in the Tri-Cities. We're going to be 80 tomorrow. Low 80s Saturday and Sunday. And of course, a reminder that the Junior Lilac Parade Saturday morning, this is going to be picturesque parade weather for them. It could change for next weekend for the Armed Forces Torchlight Parade.
Wow.
Keeping an eye on that
One thing at a time.
Yeah. One
weekend.
Thank you.
All right, Mark, thanks. It is now 6:21.
A proposed preseason college basketball tournament is in its final stages of becoming official, and Gonzaga has a very good chance of being included. What makes this tournament different? Well, we'll tell you right after the break. That's coming up in Morning Sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's more than a necklace. Celebrate the moment. Tracy Jewelers.
For over 30 years, we've been keeping you warm.
Or cool, but now we are taking you to the next level of innovation.
Fireplaces, sleek modern design, or traditional electric, efficient and trendy.
Lighting, permanent, decorative, year-long lighting, providing security as well as beauty.
These are just some of the ideas we are bringing to you for the next level at Holiday Heating, Cooling, and Electric. We call it Holiday Innovation. Call us today.
We invite you to experience excellence. Choose George Gee Kia Spokane. Shop us and you'll see we have
the best team in the Pacific Northwest.
George Gee Kia Spokane is locally owned and family operated. Located in Liberty Lake, just off I-90. At George Gee Kia Spokane, our mission is to exceed your expectations. We look forward to helping you find your new Kia. Visit the George Gee Kia team in Liberty Lake off I-90 or online anytime at SpokaneKia.com.
Hi, I'm Doug Trudeau with Trudeau's Marina. Summer's just around the corner. It's time to get out on the water. We have the most popular boats in industry, premium crafted Sea Ray boats, family fun Bayliner boats, including the Element Series, VR Series, and DX Series boats. Heyday surf boats, great way to get on the water and go surfing. Crestliner fishing boats, and new this year, Princecraft pontoons. So if you're in the market for a boat, come in and see us at Trudeau's Marina in downtown Spokane.
Come celebrate the spirit of aloha. Spokane's Asian Native Hawaiian Pacific Islander Heritage Festival on May 10, 11, and 12, 2024 at Riverfront Park. Featuring Washington Caravan, Vaccine Clinic, and Luau and Fire Knife Show starts at 5 p.m. Saturday, May 11th. Admission is free. Visit SpokaneUnitedWeStand.org for more information.
It's more than a necklace. Celebrate the moment. Tracy Jewelers.
Welcome into Morning Sports. I'm Julian Minenso. There is a one-of-a-kind college basketball tournament that is set to be finalized in the next few weeks, and Gonzaga could be a part of it. According to CBS Sports, the Players Era Festival will be an 8-team tournament that will take place in Las Vegas during Thanksgiving. Each school that participates would be paid $1 million that can be used for name, image, and likeness funds. A number of teams are already on board for this year, such as Oregon, San Diego State, and Alabama. The plans are to double the size of the field to 16 teams in 2025, with Gonzaga as a possible option. Reports also say that players involved would be required to participate in multiple off-the-court activities to earn NIL money. The Seattle Mariners fell to the Minnesota Twins 6-3 on Wednesday. Seattle starter George Kirby gave up 3 home runs in the first 2 innings. The series finale against the Twins is just after 10 o'clock this morning. The Spokane Velocity returned to the pitch on Saturday. They'll take on Union Omaha, who finished in first place in the USL last year. Velocity midfielder Luis Gill played for Omaha, and he says if the Velocity want to win, they'll have to bring their A game.
We're playing at home. This is an opportunity for us to show out. I know it's our first time playing against them, so it'll be kind of filling it out in the beginning, but it'll be a good game. It'll be one for the fans to see.
And it all kicks off at 6 o'clock on Saturday at One Spokane Stadium. It's also Mom Appreciation Night for Mother's Day weekend. And that'll wrap us up for Morning Sports.
Go Velocity, take your mama to the game.
So fun.
It is now 6:26.
Well, this morning, a child is dead after being pulled from the Spokane River. Allison Martinez is live for us at Riverfront Park.
I'm live with an update of what we're seeing this morning as the town recovers from this horrible tragedy. I'll have a live update coming up in a bit.
Plus today, President Biden expected to announce tighter policies when it comes to immigration. Sydney Charles has what we can expect from this new plan next.
And how would you like a 4-day work week? Well, a new study shows a lot of people are coming around to the idea, how they say it would impact their overall productivity. Next. And as we head off to a break, here's a first look at what's coming up on Good Morning America at 7.
In this morning's first look, fed up over rising fast food prices.
When did McDonald's get so expensive?
Some consumers, like Colleen Pipes of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, are saying enough is enough.
I joked that this was fine dining now because I might as well go at a sit-down restaurant and be served if I'm going to pay those type of prices.
Fast food prices in March were 33% higher than 2019 levels, according to the Labor Department, while grocery prices were up 26%. And it's influencing behavior. Companies like Starbucks and McDonald's reporting a downturn in traffic. At Starbucks, a 7% drop in transactions.
You know, I don't think I'm ever going to go to Starbucks again.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have more on how customers are fighting back, both in restaurants and in the grocery aisles. With your GMA First Look, I'm Becky Worley, ABC News, Oakland, California.
When your child has moderate to severe eczema, it's okay for them to show off. Show off their clearer skin and noticeably less itch with Dupixent. Because children 6 months and older with eczema have plenty of reasons to show off their skin. With Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, they can stay ahead of their eczema. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your child's skin from within. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Show off to the world. Ask your child's eczema specialist about Dupixent.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Everhart Painting.
Arata's Max Auto Sports and Arata's Mitsubishi is having a huge spring cleaning liquidation event. Every car, truck, and SUV has been marked down to extreme liquidation pricing. Bank on site with 0% financing. 0 down, nothing, and no payments for 90 days. Bad credit, no problem. We say yes. Bring the whole family. Pony rides for the kids and barbecue for everyone, so come hungry. So don't miss Arata's huge auto, truck, and liquidation event. May 9th through the 19th on the corner of Lyons and Division.
Did you know that Spokane Hyperbaric Center uses oxygen to reduce pain, inflammation, and swelling?
I didn't know that.
Did you know that hyperbaric oxygen therapy promotes new blood vessel growth, fights infection, and releases more stem cells from your bone marrow?
I didn't know that.
Would you like to know if Spokane Hyperbaric Center is the right choice for you? Go to hyperbarichope.com to find out.
Spokane Hyperbaric Center gave us hope. And now you know.
If you'd like to improve your sleep on a new Serta or Beautyrest mattress, then you're going to love the Sit, Sleep, and Relax sale at Walker's Furniture, where the Memorial Day savings are starting early with big discounts on Beautyrest, Serta, and over 40 more styles of the best name brand mattresses. Plus, special 5 years financing is available with no money down, so you can improve your sleep today and pay over time. Plus, get up to $300 of additional free furniture with select sets sold this week at Walker's.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
The 4 News Now Story Tracker highlighting some stories people are talking about this morning.
Including this one, RFK Jr., the independent candidate who could shake up the race for the White House, is responding to reports that a parasite, a dead worm, may have been found in his brain years ago. He says he's fully recovered. The New York Times reports back in 2012, Kennedy testified in a deposition for his divorce. He experienced memory loss, and a doctor said it could have been, quote, caused by a worm that got into his brain and ate a portion of it and then died. His campaign insists he is, quote, robust in physical and mental health.
The House voted swiftly to kill Republican Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene's effort to oust Speaker Mike Johnson from his leadership post. The vote was 359 to 43 in Johnson's favor, which came with the help of Democrats. The Speaker tried to look forward after the vote, although he slammed the move as a distraction and, quote, frivolous character assassination.
Thanks so much for starting your day with us here. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Thursday, May 9th. Glad you're with us. Let's check in with Mark in our first alert forecast. You're warming up today.
It's going to warm up. We're going to have plenty of blue sky, sunshine. Yeah, nice. Just a few clouds that are going to be in evidence today. We'll see a little bit more this afternoon. Currently, we're sitting at 45 degrees into the West Plains. We do have temperatures into the 30s out there, but it's going to warm up nicely. Looking at the 4 things you need to know, it's going to be sunny all day long. The warming trend clearly underway yesterday and again really for today. And then we're going to have low 80s all the way through Sunday, which brings about Mother's Day, which is going to be sunny and warm. Could be a little breezy into the evening hours, but yeah, it's looking nice. Forecast radar, again, variable clouds mainly into the mountains. Overnight, we're going to be clear. Again, coming out of a new moon phase, not a lot of moon to look at, but the stars are going to be gorgeous. And we're going to see that through Saturday and into Sunday. We look at what we can expect today. Heading out the door, Deer Park 33. We have 42 into Liberty Lake and 40 into Hayden. Downtown, 43 degrees. Your forecast today, we're going to be in the mid-70s, 74 degrees, mostly sunny conditions.
Well, this morning, many people are waking up to the news of a tragedy in downtown Spokane.
Last night, 4 kids jumped off the Orange Howard Street Bridge in Riverfront Park. Only 3 of them came out. 4 News Now's Allison Martinez live at the scene where this heartbreaking tragedy unfolded. Allison, what's the latest? What do we know?
Good morning. Heartbreaking is truly the only way to describe this incident. This morning, I'm in Riverfront Park, where behind me a memorial has been started to honor the child. We're seeing flowers, candles, and chalk writing out sayings like forever loved and fly high. Now, 4 children jumped into the river here at Riverfront Park, and sadly, only 3 of them returned. In this video, you can see water rescue teams scouring the area with kayaks and drones, looking for the 4th jumper. People who came to the park to enjoy the fresh air and get some exercise instead watched in horror as the child vanished below the surface.
and everyone could see it. I said, somebody needs to get in. There he is, there he is, there he is. He was going up and down, up and down.
The Spokane Fire Department says it responded to calls of screaming heard from the Spokane River. Once emergency crews reached the child stuck in, they determined they had been underwater for nearly an hour.
I mean, when you get this cold of water, it can take over. It can essentially kind of freeze your muscles. You can panic, that it's hard to breathe.
Dive teams from the Spokane Fire Department and the Sheriff's Office found the child stuck in the Spokane River's grates, unconscious. That child was pronounced dead at Riverfront Park. At this point, we don't have any additional victim, but we'll have more details from the medical examiner's office later. Reporting live in Spokane, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
My dad deserves so much more than what he got in the end. You are an incorrigible, evil man. You should have been put away from the community years ago.
The children and grandchildren of an 83-year-old man who was murdered in Deer Park faced his killer in court. The judge decided that Gary Alt will spend the rest of his life in prison with no chance of parole.
The 39-year-old murdered Richard Purdy in his Deer Park home the day after Christmas of 2022. Now, Alt didn't know Purdy. He was a complete stranger, and police say he broke into Purdy's home and beat him, stabbed him 27 times. 16 months later, Purdy's family inches towards closure. One by one, they took the stand and spoke to the unbearable heartbreak and trauma this murder has caused them.
How could something so evil as Mr. Alt come into our home and take the most precious thing we had in life? Mr. Alt, I wish for you a very long and miserable life. You took the life of a human being, the life of a loving friend, father, grandfather, and great-grandfather.
List throughout the hearing. After issuing him a life sentence with no parole, the judge said for all intents and purposes, he will not be back in society.
Recently, we got a look inside one of Spokane's most challenging homeless encampments. It's part of the Homeless Outreach Team, or HOT Team, a partnership between code enforcement and police. The team goes into established encampments and provides outreach for those living inside. It then removes the people camping and the shelters they built. Jason Ruffing is part of the HOT Team.
Not an emergency response team, but we get to these sites as quickly as we can to make contact with folks, provide information on resources, and then clean up the materials that are left behind.
For the fences, down the fences.
Ruffing says previously one team conducted these efforts daily, but due to demand and the rinse and repeat cycle of these encampments, they're strategizing differently and splitting into 2 teams. One will focus on downtown, the other in neighborhoods.
At the Breaking Now desk, new details just coming in from the White House today. A major announcement expected from the Biden administration on a new way to tighten the U.S. immigration system. President Biden is pursuing changes to the U.S. asylum-seeking process. An immigration rule change will soon enter a public comment period, sources say. Its goal is to let immigration officials quickly deny asylum claims from migrants who are ineligible for the protection. That's not a major overhaul, but it is a tightening of existing immigration policies. Biden is under pressure to take executive action on border security. Some moderate Democrats are now joining Republicans with that request. Leaders from both parties say they do want to pass legislation. They just can't seem to agree on what.
The border is still a top issue to Americans, whether you live on the border or in the Northeast or in the Mountain West. And so we are committed to fixing this problem.
Want a bill that meets strict demands, and Democrats want the House to take up a sweeping bipartisan immigration bill that already passed in the Senate. And we'll let you know when the White House makes that announcement on KXLY.com. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Sydney, thanks. Well, younger workers are really liking the idea of a 4-day work week. A new survey from CNBC and Generation Lab says 81% of 18 to 34-year-olds think a 4-day week would improve their company's productivity. Organizations have been carrying out some trial runs of 4-day weeks around the world for this last several months. And everyone I've talked to about this seems pretty down with the idea, including myself.
Yep, I'm with you too.
We'll see. Your Good Morning Northwest time is 6:38.
Let's check in with Mark now. What are you laughing at?
Would you like a 4-day work week?
We've got Diamonds and Dreams coming up. We're rebuilding baseball fields, and I need 8 days a week. I couldn't do a 4-day week. 70s today. Oh, it's a break for lunch, maybe getting out of work, walking around a little bit. It's going to be gorgeous. We're going to have a full check of the forecast and continued warmer weather coming up.
And a component in your car's seats made to keep you safe may be detrimental to your health. What's in them and why they shouldn't be allowed.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
We want your furniture. During our spring cleaning sale, bring in or send us photos of furniture you no longer want. And if it's in good condition, we'll consign it for you. Plus, give you an additional 20% off your next purchase.
Consign Furniture. Easy way to sell, smart way to buy.
My name is Stevie, and I work for my dad, Steve Stikowski, at SGX Jet Boats here in Orfino, Idaho, where we specialize in a shallow water aluminum jet boat. For us, it's more than just business, it's a legacy. You realize that it's all worth it because you're starting to see everything come to fruition. All of the hard work has paid off, and P1FCU is able to provide us with that security in knowing that our legacy is safe with them.
4 News Now anchors, not just in the newsroom, but in the community, doing the work, listening to you, asking questions to help keep your family safe. We're the people you trust on your screens and in your neighborhood. And we'll always be there on 4 News Now.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the TurboMax engine and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now. Get $5,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
When your backyard is bursting with color and beauty, you're feeling more than pride. You've got the power of the flower from the Plant Farm. The power of the flower gives you creativity, inspiration, energy, and so much more. With the helping hand of the Plant Farm, life excites and your talent knows no boundaries. Bring home the power of the flower from the Plant Farm today, because life is better in the garden.
Join Women Helping Women Fund for Give Like a Woman on May 22nd to raise funds for programs supporting women and children. This year's event features Sean Astin, actor, author, and son of legendary actress Patty Duke. Join us May 22nd at the Spokane Convention Center.
We want your furniture. During our spring cleaning sale, bring in or send us photos of furniture you no longer want. And if it's in good condition, we'll consign it for you. Plus, give you an additional 20% off your next purchase.
Consign Furniture. Easy way to sell, smart way to buy.
Welcome back. It's now 6:41. A new study suggests flame retardants in car seat foam may increase your exposure to chemicals that can cause cancer. Researchers tested the air inside cars made between 2015 and 2022. They found potential carcinogens in the air and higher levels of them during the summer months because warmer temperatures increase how much are released from the seat foam into the air. Now, the researchers say the government should prohibit the use of flame retardants in cars because of the potential health risks.
Getting your COVID shot may do more than keep you from getting seriously sick from the virus. Recent research shows the shots were linked to up to a 55% reduction in heart failure and up to an 8% reduction in blood clots after an infection. The benefits were found to last up to a year, but were more pronounced in the months shortly after getting the shots. Adults over the age of 65 are now able to get an additional updated COVID vaccine this spring. Public health authorities are also set to greenlight an updated shot in the fall, designed to better protect against newer variants.
Our 10-second takeaway on this Thursday morning. Yeah, it's cool, but it's going to be nice. Light layers would assist, but the sunglasses would be needed all day long. It's going to be sunny and 74.
It is now 6:43.
As we head into a beautiful stretch of weather here this weekend, areas in the south are continuing to be ravaged by severe weather and tornadoes. A look at the latest overnight damage. That's coming up right after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Life's busy. Off is not an option. You need to be on. On time, on the go, on the call, or just ready to play on. Life's waiting. Power on with Batteries Plus. Visit one of over 700 locations today.
Considering a new air conditioner? Before you commit, call Bill's Heating and AC. We're elevating efficiency and savings by matching heat pump prices to any local air conditioner quotes and setting a new standard for comfort. Why heat pumps? Similar to ACs, they offer high efficiencies to heat and cool your home for a lower cost. And with the purchase of qualifying equipment, you may be eligible to receive a 25C tax credit of up to $3,200. Don't miss out. Call Bill's Heating and AC for your free quote now.
Kylie and I know there's a lot of great choices for new and pre-owned cars in North Idaho.
And we want Parker Subaru to be your first choice. Not only do we have a great selection of Subarus, we have an award-winning service center, now open 7 days a week.
Because we are committed to keeping you satisfied long after the purchase.
Visit us online at parkersubaru.com or stop by and visit us at Parker Subaru in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
Trends come and go, but luxury is always in style. Now's your chance to buy beautiful Karastan flooring at a price you can afford. During National Karastan Month, you can save on Karastan flooring. Elevate your decor with the designs and quality of Karastan carpet, or choose from Karastan's Luxcraft luxury vinyl tile collections. Don't miss your chance to live beautifully with Karastan. Hurry in now to Skelton's Carpet One in Lewiston.
When it's time to protect your home, call Everhart Painting, Spokane's premier painting contractor. Everhart Painting takes care of every detail and backs the results with their industry-leading warranty. Call now for our spring special. Everhart Painting, your painter for life.
4 News Now and STCU are teaming up for a one-day Coats for Kids closet cleanout. Gather up your gently used winter jackets and donate them to us all day, Thursday, May 16th. Find a list of locations on KXLY.com.
Batteries Plus has the national scale for all your power needs and a dedicated expert for the local support you want. Power on with Batteries Plus Business.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Women Helping Women Fund.
It is now 6:46. A new round of deadly storms reported. Tornadoes touching down in the U.S. for the 14th consecutive day.
Now, this time, at least 3 people have been killed across Tennessee and North Carolina. Here's ABC's Rhiannon Alley.
This morning, the days-long severe weather outbreak has left a trail of destruction across yet another region of the U.S.
Violent tornado. Violent tornado.
Multiple tornadoes reported in Tennessee last night, killing at least 1 person in Maury County. Video from above reveals the power of the storm. Weather radar indicates the tornado lifted debris 20,000 feet into the air, trapping people in damaged homes. North of Knoxville, the sheriff in Claiborne County says a man was killed when his car was hit by a falling tree. A tornado also hitting communities around Clarksville. In Arkansas, this EF2 twister was caught on camera in Hot Springs. 13 tornadoes were spotted in 7 states yesterday alone, marking the 14th consecutive day that a twister has touched down in the U.S. A state of emergency also declared in Gaston County, North Carolina last night, where a powerful storm took down highway signs and power lines. 1 person was killed by a falling tree.
If you go by Sims Park, the winds were so strong that it blew the wall down. So there's a lot that's happened here in Gaston County. They were catastrophic.
Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
It is now 5:47. This is a live look this morning. We have been talking, of course, about the drowning of a middle schooler last night. And, you know, the water temperature is really, really cold.
We have issues with this really all summer long, but now it's especially important because those water temperatures are so cold. And I know the ambient temperature outside is going to be in the low 80s this weekend, and a lot of people are going to be going, hey, you know, let's go for a swim, let's go into the river. It is very cold. The rivers are moving fast. We have spring runoff, and it is unsafe even for experienced swimmers. The other thing is that a life jacket is required if you're in and around. You're going to Boulder Beach, you're going to hang out by the river. you need to be especially careful. So we just want to remind you again, those water temperatures are very cold. Now, today, we're going to have sunshine. Temperatures are going to warm up. We're going to have temperatures into the mid-50s by 9 o'clock, and then we go hour by hour to 11. We should be into the mid-60s, which is an average high for this time of year. By noon, near 70, and then at 2 o'clock, we're going to have sunshine, 72. Look at the winds, less than 10 miles an hour, really looking pretty nice. We are going to see that nice weather with maybe a few additional clouds coming in for dinner time, and a high today of 74 in the 4 and 5 o'clock hour. Tonight, temperatures don't plummet. They go down to 48 degrees, which, again, is above average. And we're going to see these conditions all the way through. 39 into the valley currently. Deer Park, you're still cold at 33. Cheney's warmed up a little bit, 37 degrees. But we've got those upper 30s and low 40s throughout much of that I-90 corridor, all the way into Idaho. Spirit Lake, you're at 34 degrees. So we look at what we can expect when it comes to the changes we're going to be seeing. We're going to see this low that brought us all that cool, wet weather and just the cold mornings continues to make its way south, bringing snow into Wyoming, into Colorado. So now we track this and we see that high pressure hanging out all weekend long, warm temperatures coming off the Pacific. But then it's Sunday that we start to see that, and that is going to be breezy conditions with some rain up into BC. Will remain dry, 74 the high today, 80 for Friday, and low 80s for Saturday and Sunday. Looking pretty good. Then still into the 70s for next week, but breezy conditions coming in.
Okay. It is going to feel warm for sure.
It really is.
All right. Mark, thanks so much. It's now 6:50.
Your morning sprint is coming up next. We'll see you then.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
PAR, family owned since 1930. Go where the builders go.
What are you gonna build?
It's more than a necklace. Celebrate the moment. Tracy Jewelers.
At Ironstone Furniture and Fire, quality and comfort are the most important component to every piece of furniture. Visit the showroom for a great selection of sofas, chairs, and tables. On sale now. Create comfort and find the latest trends, styles, and deals at Ironstone Furniture and Fire.
Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls has been North Idaho's premier flooring shop for over 30 years. From remodels to new construction, they've got your home or business covered from wall to wall. Their expert design team will work with you to find the perfect floor for your lifestyle and budget. They've got the lowest prices. From carpet and area rugs to hardwood, LVP, and laminate, if you can dream it, they can floor it. Dream it, design it, live it at Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls.
GMC of Riverfront Park is your go-to dealership for pre-Memorial Day sales. All vehicles are discounted, and we will beat any price from any dealer anywhere. Savings up to $13,500 on a 2024 Sierra Crew Cab. Up to $15,000 off on a 2023 Sierra Crew Cab Denali. Just $37,988 for a 2024 GMC Sierra 1500 Crew Cab Pro 4x4. Change your mind? We have a generous 3-day, 300-mile return and 7-day, 700-mile exchange policy on new and used. GMC of Riverfront Park is family-owned and operated and home of Warranty Forever.
Meet Fargo, the new virtual assistant from Wells Fargo. Fargo makes banking faster and easier.
Fargo, turn off my debit card.
Lets you pick up the tab, even if you forget your wallet.
I got this.
Fargo, send Kaz $145 with Zelle.
Smooth. Fargo puts important information at your fingertips.
Fargo, what did I spend on groceries this month?
Hey, Dad, can the guys stay for dinner?
No.
Want to see everything Fargo can do? You can with Wells Fargo.
It's more than a necklace. Celebrate the moment. Tracy Jewelers.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It is 6:53. Time to get you ready to take on your Thursday in the morning sprint.
Sydney Charles is breaking down a new announcement from President Biden regarding Israel's war with Hamas.
It'll be warm today, but even hotter heading into the weekend. Mark has your forecast just ahead.
But first, 4 kids jumped off a bridge in Riverfront Park last night. Only 3 came out alive. Let's get to Allison Martinez with the latest this morning.
A middle school student is dead after being caught in the Spokane River for an hour. This morning, we're seeing a memorial in Riverfront Park to honor that middle school student. We have flowers, candles, and sayings like "Forever Loved." 4 kids jumped into the river in a playful and innocent act, but only 3 kids returned. At this point, we don't have any additional information about the victim, but more details will come out from the medical examiner's office. For updates on this story, you can go to KXLY.com.
As we look at our First Alert weather, and that First Alert weather app is still available in the App Store, it's not going to show you a lot, but it'll show you the temperatures during the day so you can make some plans. Variable clouds yet tonight, mainly into the mountains. We'll have sunshine. We're starting off on the cool side up into Deer Park and Cheney. We've got mild temperatures downtown as we see low 40s there. We look at a forecast that's going to have plenty of sunshine. A few clouds coming in later on today, certainly into those mountainous areas, but a high today of 74 degrees.
The children and grandchildren of an 83-year-old man who was murdered in Deer Park faced his killer in court. The judge declared Gary Alt will spend the rest of his life in prison with no chance of parole. The 39-year-old murdered Richard Purdy in his Deer Home Park the day after Christmas in 2022. Alt didn't know Purdy. He was a complete stranger. Police say he broke into Purdy's home and beat him and stabbed him 27 times. After issuing him a life sentence with no chance of parole, the judge says, for all intents and purposes, he will not be back in society.
The house that caught fire killing a family of 4 in north central Spokane has been looted. It comes just a couple of weeks after the Desolé family died in that fire. On Tuesday, Ariel Desolé's dad says they were finally able to walk the property for the first time since the fire, and that's when they discovered looters went inside. Thieves broke into Ariel's jewelry box, stole her jewelry, including the wedding ring Ariel's dad passed on to her husband Robert on their wedding day. The family filed a police report. Ariel's dad asked the community if anyone has seen any suspicious activity in the home. Call Crime Check.
Firefighters in Ephrata suspect arson for a fire at a sports concession stand. Crews arrived to find the concessions and storage building at the Ephrata Sports Complex engulfed in flames Tuesday night. It's believed to have started in a porta potty next to the building.
This morning, President Biden speaking out, saying that the U.S. will not supply Israel with certain weapons if its military invades Rafah. With Israeli forces pummeling targets and expanding operations in Rafah, the U.S. for the first time acknowledging a major policy shift, pausing a shipment of thousands of bombs to Israel. Yesterday, Biden doubled down on his administration's plan, saying that he would not supply offensive weapons that Israel could use to launch an all-out assault on Rafah.
And Mayor Lisa Brown's public safety levy will not be on the ballot this summer. It could cost property owners hundreds of dollars more a year in taxes, but the mayor and the city council say it'll be pushed back until after the mid-year budget review. If it is approved, the money would go toward increasing foot and bike patrols across the city and parks. It would also fund relaunching the Neighborhood Resource Officer program.
Well, recently we got a look inside one of Spokane's most challenging homeless encampments. It's part of the Homeless Outreach Team, or HOT Team, a partnership between code enforcement and police. Now, the team goes into established encampments and provides outreach for those living inside. Then it removes the people camping and the shelters they've built. Due to the demand and the rinse and repeat cycle of these encampments, the team is expanding. Previously, one team conducted these efforts daily. Now they'll be split into 2 teams. One will focus on downtown and the other in other neighborhoods.
In the last 24 hours, there have been at least 13 reported twisters in 6 states. ABC News is tracking the tornado watch right now. That's coming up next on Good Morning America.
And today is 509 Day in Spokane, an area code-inspired celebration. Some restaurants and retailers are even offering special deals and discounts, like a $5.09 discount at the Gilded Unicorn, or 509 draft beers and wines at Twigs. Plus, the first 5 people to say 509 at the concierge desk at River Park Square will get a $50.97 gift card. For a full list of participating businesses, head to KXLY.com. We'll have a last check of that weather coming up next.
Lions and tigers and bears. dragons and fairies and gnomes. Minerals and crystals and stones.
Incense and jewelry and beads.
You'll find this and more at Wonders of the World. There's magic inside. Oh my.
Country Homes Power, Spokane's Husqvarna Superstore, is the #1 source for the best deals on professional-grade power equipment. Mowers and zero-turn mowers, all backed by factory-trained staff. Country Homes Power, the best choice for Husqvarna since 1947.
The new spring inventory is rolling in this week at Findlay Downtown Toyota. And that means it's a great time to spend your summer in a new Toyota. Whether you're pulling the boat with the new truck or taking a road trip in a cool 4Runner, Findlay has the perfect Toyota for you. It's simple. If you're looking for bigger savings, a better selection to choose from, and the best financing available now, you can find it all this week at Findlay.
As we take a live look outside, you can see the blue sky, a few high thin clouds. We're going to see that through the day, mainly into the afternoon. Plenty of sunshine today. We're going to warm up by 10 o'clock. We should be holding at 60, and then we're going to be in the low to mid 70s all afternoon long. Even at 10 o'clock, we should be at 60 degrees with a fairly clear sky. It looks pretty nice. We're going to continue to warm up Friday, 80, 82 Saturday, and again on Sunday, Mother's Day. So picnics, even hours heading to church in the morning, are going to be really mild. We're going to cool down and get breezy next week, but the weekend's going to be awesome.
Hey, thanks so much for kicking off your day with us right here on Good Morning Northwest.
We sure appreciate you. We'll see you throughout Good Morning America. It starts right now.